Welcome everybody, this is Tian Kriek and thank you for joining me in today's webinar. And today is Wednesday the 8th of July 2026. Can you believe it? Time flies. Just let me know if you can hear my voice and see the welcome screen. It is now 6 p.m. here in Portugal, Southern Europe, and it is pretty hot. So if you hear noise in the background, it's the air conditioning. Okay, fantastic. I see that we have quite a few people here today. Thank you, Elena, for confirming. I see we have Tom, Tristan. Who else do we have here? I see more people coming in. Today I am trying a new software to record the webinar. So hopefully it will not have a portion of the screen that is blocked off like in other recordings. So hopefully this goes well. Right. Excuse me. Before we get started, I need to make mention that I'm not a financial advisor, and that means I can teach you my strategies. I can point out to you where I personally would want to buy and sell, but the actual trading decision is still going to have to make yourself. Right. Just a little bit about me. My name is Tian Kriek. I live here in Portugal, but I hail from South Africa. I've got many years of experience in the financial markets, analyzing by means of macroeconomics as well as technical analysis. And I've trained thousands of people. My mantra is that the market is a mirror. If you fear loss, then you're going to invite it. So stay fearless, stay focused, and accept the fact that you're going to lose a trade now and again, or you can experience a drawdown and be stopped out. That's normal. Okay, that's part of the game. Right. Let's see what the markets have in store for us. Now, normally with my webinars, I try to host them in a educational fashion. So when I go through certain aspects or topics or concepts, I try to explain it in such a way that people can understand it, but also go back and view the recording. So I might be long-winded at times, and I won't be able to discuss hundreds of symbols at the same time. For that, we have the scanner. All right, but feel free to ask your questions. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, first of all, you need to go to the website KriekTrade.io, log in with your username and your password. And I always recommend people to go and click on the daily briefing. Open up the daily briefing. That's your first port of call, because the daily briefing on this page, it will explain to you what the narrative is for the day and in what direction we should be trading. Now, Tom is saying that the volume is a bit low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the volume. The volume is now maximum. Let me know if that works for you. Everybody else, let me know if you can hear me. I'm just going to type a message here. Before I continue. Please let me know if you can hear me. That's the best. If you can't hear me, at least you can see the screen and what I'm typing here. I'll wait for everybody's response. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? So Tom, can you confirm that you can hear me? You can hear my voice? Okay, thank you. Elena says the volume works great and I can hear you clearly. Okay, so Tom, maybe you need to adjust your volume on your end. Right. So this is the first port of call. And the most important thing is the risk gauge. The risk gauge at this point is at 90. And it is saying that we are in an environment of extreme greed, which means equity indices, growth currencies have typically shown relative strength in this regime. That is the most important thing that you can read or see when you wake up in the morning and you click on the daily briefing, because you want to find out in what direction should I be trading today. And if the risk gauge is bullish, then it means the stock market will go up, high yielding assets will go up. For instance, high yielding currencies will also go up, crypto will go up. Okay, we are not in a recession. For that purpose, at the bottom right hand corner, we have the Treasury yield curve, and you can clearly see that it is not inverted. We are not in a recession. So there's no reason to go short risky assets. Okay, that is the most important thing. Then you can go further and you can read a summary about it. You can go and view the key catalysts. You can go and view actionable insights. You can go and view the economic calendar as well. Okay, and this is the economic calendar. There's about 10 upcoming fundamental announcements, and we have the FOMC meeting minutes coming out today in the next 50 minutes. But I think what's going to take center stage here is the fact that Donald Trump was speaking at the NATO summit in Turkey, and what is affecting the markets for the past few months is the war in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, because over the weekend there will be attacks, and then on a Monday or a Tuesday there will be peace, and then when we hit Thursday there will be attacks again, and it carries on like that. And that is what is really affecting the markets at this point. So anything from a monetary policy standpoint will most probably only cause additional volatility. We have to look through the noise, and that is where the risk gauge comes in. All right, so I am still buying high yielding assets, or still looking for buying opportunities in high yielding assets. Okay, so what is a high yielding asset? Let's just talk about that quickly. I know I have explained this on numerous occasions, but let me just say again, what is a high yielding asset? Typically, currencies with high interest rates or interest. For instance, emerging market currencies such as the South African rand, the Mexican peso, etc. Then, let me do this. Right. Then, what are other high yielding assets? Equities, such as stocks, ETFs, anything that is high growth at this point. Okay, like, I mean, Nvidia, for instance, and Apple and Tesla. Okay, the list goes on and on. Actually, what I wanted to say here under number 1, in addition to emerging market currencies, we have call it commodity currencies, such as Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. So high yielding currencies, equities, and then thirdly, crypto. Right, any type of crypto. So this is what I would be looking at. And what's important with topic number 1 over here is that I can buy a high yielding currency and sell a low yielding currency. A currency from a country that's got 0 or very low interest rates, like the Swiss franc or the Japanese yen. So this means I can go long Australian dollar, Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. But I'm not going to go and trade all of these symbols blindly. I'm going to use this platform to identify a trade, to time the entry and tell me if it's actually a good time to be trading it now. It might be overbought. Money is made when we buy low and sell high, not when we buy high. That's the purpose of this dashboard, is to give me signals what I need to trade. So let's say I want to go and trade foreign exchange, and I want to focus on number 1 here, which is currencies. And I want to have a look at the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Then I can go and click on the charts, and I can go and select Australian dollar, Japanese yen. The chart will load automatically. There will be a daily chart and a 1-hour chart. A daily chart in my methodology is used for analysis. It's used for context. It's used to determine direction. I don't necessarily look for an entry signal on the daily chart. But if the daily chart is an alignment, for instance, it is bullish, then I can go to the 1-hour chart over here and I can look for a signal based on a variety of indicators or patterns or whatever. Right, now let's have a look at the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I'm just going to turn off the patterns here. Right, and you will see in the upper left hand corner of the chart we have the daily time frame. Right, this is the chart on the left, and in the chart on the right we have the hourly time frame. If you want to maximize this chart, you can simply double click on it. Delete this. Double click on that, and then you will have the whole chart. All right, and what I teach my students is that we need to have a look at the 45 period exponential moving average. The 45 period exponential moving average is going to be your automated trend line. When the market is above it, then I only want to go and look for buys. And when the market is below it, then I'm only going to look for sells. However, if the risk gauge is giving me a risk on signal, but the daily chart shows that the market is below the 45 period exponential moving average, then I'm not going to sell it because it might be a false signal. I'm only going to look for a buy trade. And at this point, I can see that today's daily candlestick is actually below that 45 period exponential moving average. So it's not a good idea to be trading it. And this is why the chart is telling me wait for a bullish setup. So if there is a clear and definite confirmed signal, then the chart will tell me, listen, there is a signal confirmed. Now I can go through all these currency pairs or cryptos or stocks, other equities, other asset classes, one by one, and it will take me the whole day because there's hundreds of them. Or I can go and click on the scanner. Okay, and let the scanner do all the heavy lifting for me. The scanner will tell me what is aligned, what I can trade today. All right, and it takes the risk gauge and the 45 period exponential moving average, all of that into consideration already. So let's go to the scanner. Right, that's the scanner. Now, if you go and click on the scanner, then it will load with all symbols that is currently in the scanner universe. Right, there's 210 symbols here. And you can filter, you can go through all of them, you can sort them by signal or the compound annual growth rate if you want to just buy and hold it, or you can go and select the various column headings. If you only want to see crypto, then select that. If you only want to see stocks, then select that, or ETF, or Forex, or commodities, or futures, or bonds, or indexes, whatever tickles your fancy. But I think let's just sort this by signal and see what happens. Right. Okay, so there is a signal on Reddit. Okay, a student asked me a while ago to add an additional column for the description, so at least you know what symbol you are looking at. RDDT means it is Reddit, the social network platform. Recent price is 193.43. It has been updated 17 minutes ago. That's fine. And it's bullish. And the technical status is saying here that there's a bullish setup confirmed. There's even a pattern, which is an inverted head and shoulders. Nice. We've got a swing trading target as well as a position trading target at 231.48. That's fantastic. Okay, well, that looks like an opportunity. So let's go and view Reddit. Now I can go and click on the chart and insert the symbol, or I can simply move to the right and click on dashboard, and then it will open this on the charts for me. And you can see here the chart is telling me that's the target. The bullish setup has been confirmed. The market is above the 45 period exponential moving average. That's nice on the daily chart, and the 1 hour chart is telling me bullish setup confirmed. So now if I want to see where my stop loss needs to be and my target, then I simply go and click on stop loss and target. And there you have it. That's it. So here we have a stop loss at 142.81, an entry where the market is right now at 193, and a target at 231. The risk reward ratio isn't the best. You are risking $1 to make 80 cents. You're likely going to make money because we are trading in the right direction, this risk on environment. But I wonder if we shouldn't wait maybe for a better entry, okay, to improve the risk reward. Now, I should be clicking on the buy sell markers where it will tell me where the last actual signal actually occurred, and it was over here at around about 170, which is way lower than where we are now, and that would have been a very nice maybe 1 to 2.5, 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So we're late on this trade. This one actually occurred on the 1st of June. If you want to see how this trade plan has been calculated, then you can click on the H1 Fibonacci checkbox, and then it will draw the Fibonacci A, B, C, D swings for you. And there we go. Look at that. So here we have an A, there. There we have the B. Then the market, first it retraced, it gave a shallow retracement, then it retraced to the 382, and then it consolidated, and then it retraced even further to the 618 retracement level, which means the target is actually going to be the 1.618, which means it actually hit this. It actually hit the target. So it hit the D. It hit the D. There should be a new Fibonacci AB boundary. It's giving me a target at the 2.618 here. And I think it's a bug because it will only target the 2.618 if there is a retracement that is less than the 382. Okay. Oh well, I guess that's the purpose of these webinars. Also, is for me to see if to see if there's any bugs. And that is a bug. The target should have been the 1.618, not the 2.618. All right. I think we need to update this, and I'll let you guys know to refresh your charts, and then because that D extension was hit, there should be a new up Fibonacci AB boundary here. It should be something like this: that old C will be the new A, and then the D that was hit over here, there, that will become the new B. And so far, it hasn't really retraced to give us a C that is at the 382 at least, or the 236. So I wonder if I still shouldn't wait for a trade here. Okay, let's take this out. Let's take that out. Fact of the matter is, the bug or no bug, it is too high. And if we look at the RSI, the relative strength index here at the bottom, I'd wait for this one to at least fall to the 30 level here. And a nice signal would be when the RSI line, this blue line, this is the RSI line, when the RSI line crosses its own moving average. This orange line over here is a moving average of the RSI, and whenever it crosses its own moving average, that is a buy signal as well. Okay, so we don't even have that yet. All right. So yes, Reddit is bullish, but I don't think there is a valid buy signal at the moment. All right, let's go and have a look at the next one. Right, let's have a look at the signal. Okay, Euro Japanese yen. Ooh, I love shorting the yen. So when I talk about shorting the yen, that would mean I'm selling the yen versus the euro, and that means going long Euro Japanese yen. Okay, so let's go and click on dashboard here. There's the chart. And today's daily candlestick did indeed open up above the 45 period exponential moving average, which is fantastic. And there is a buy setup confirmed. So let's have a look and see what we have here on the 1 hour chart. Okay, this one is calculated correctly. There's your A, there's the B. The market retraced here to not even the 236. So the D extension is going to be the 2.618. And that is at 188.56, and the market is currently trading at 185.58. So that's a 300 pip reward. Nice one. The risk reward ratio here, can't see the risk reward ratio. Oh, stop loss and target. Let's show that. Stop loss and target. Let's turn off the Fibonacci so we can see the actual stop loss and target value. All right, so there's the stop loss. It looks like it is less than what the target is, so we got a nice risk reward, 1 to 1.3. That's much better than the previous one we looked at. Okay, so there we have it. There is a buying opportunity with a target and a stop loss. All right. So this is the purpose of the scanner, is to have a look and see what is aligned. Okay. You could also go and conduct your own technical analysis if you want, if you don't want to wait for the signals of the scanner. For instance, if I go back to the Euro-Japanese Yen chart, we have some automated technical analysis tools. For instance, I can click on the Dow channels and it will draw the trend channels based on the Dow theory, where you have a major trend or a major trend or a primary trend. There we go. The blue one is the major trend, this one here, and a secondary trend, which is the orange one. The secondary trend is the trend that is within the major trend, and then we have a minor trend, and the minor trend is a smaller trend that is showing the cyclic or the cycles within the secondary trend. Okay, and if you have the Dow channels enabled and you go and view the 1 hour chart, then the 1 hour chart will also show you the minor trend. Okay, now what we've brought in here is a line in the middle, which is the intermediate line. The intermediate line of each channel will act as a dynamic pivot, or just a support and resistance level. For instance, the market will typically bounce against it if it is above it, and bounce against it, it will find resistance against it if it is below it. Okay, and it looks like we are above this, so it's heading up. That's great for the euro yen. It's telling me that it has breached resistance and it is heading up. If I go back and I have a look at the daily chart, I can see that all the trends here are bullish. There isn't really anything that I should be concerned about. Let's have a look at some patterns. If I click on patterns, I don't see anything there. Maybe some harmonic patterns. Oh, okay, there is a harmonic pattern. This is a butterfly. All right, this is a butterfly. This is very interesting. This is a lovely harmonic pattern on the 1 hour chart. The reason this butterfly pattern is still showing up on the chart is because when it comes to a harmonic pattern, you have your X, which is the starting point, then you have your A, and you have your B, you have your C, and then you have the D. Okay. And how these harmonic patterns work is the moment that the D has been established, then the market will come back towards the A at least. And this is why this harmonic pattern is still showing on the chart, because it has not fulfilled itself yet. It hasn't reached the target. So there's still upside potential to 186.32, which means it's about a 60 pip potential bullish move until we hit the target of this harmonic pattern. Nice one. Nice one. This is such a lovely example of that harmonic pattern. Right, that's the euro yen. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to ask you to type here in your chat box if you have any symbols that you'd like me to have a look at. While I wait for that, I'll have a look at Bitcoin. Let's see what we have from Bitcoin. I'm not going to go to the scanner. I'm just going to open up the chart here. BTC USD. Okay. Right. This is Bitcoin. What's it telling me here? Awaiting bullish setup. Oh, yes. Look at that. It is below the daily 45 period exponential moving average. So I can't really buy it. I'm definitely not going to sell it because remember the risk gauge is telling me that we are risk on. It's at 90. It's extreme greed. We're still in this last cycle of the 18.6-year cycle. It's in its last irrational exuberant stage. You can go and learn more about the 18.6-year cycle. Just go and click on that on the left. And then I also saw that we had another harmonic pattern here, which is a cipher pattern. A cipher pattern exactly the same as the previous one that I showed you. Here's the X. Here we have the A, the B, the C, and the D. And the market started to retrace, but then came back to test the D here. So I foresee this one to still move up towards the A, okay, which is going to be the target of this pattern, which is at 109.31. So if the market moves above that 45 period exponential moving average and I want to buy it, then at least I have a target. I think it will be a while before we could see a Fibonacci excuse me, Fibonacci ABCD swing drawn here. I don't think there is a golden cross with regards to the 144 and 377 exponential moving average. Look here, we only have a death cross. So if I wanted to draw a daily Fibonacci, it's going to tell me here the Fibonacci is suppressed. The current swing is bearish because we got a death cross, but the macro regime is waiting for a bullish flip. And the macro regime is that risk gauge. Okay, so counter regime setups are hidden to avoid confusion. Because the last thing I want to do is confuse everybody. Okay, so the fact of the matter here is I cannot buy it, I cannot sell it, but I need to wait for that bullish setup. The moment the market moves above that 45 period exponential moving average, then I can target this cipher pattern A at 109.31. That's going to be nice. All right, so that's Bitcoin. What else? Tristan said, you said the scanner provided 210 symbols. That would be a different number each day depending on how many symbols qualified per your parameters. No. At this point, there's 210 symbols in the scanner. Okay. In the scanner universe, not all of them are aligned. All right. So there's only, of that 210, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's got a bullish setup confirmed. The IBEX, which is the Spain stock index, the Euro Swiss, the pound yen, the Euro yen, and then Reddit. That's it. Okay. So what I've done here is I have chosen all the best cryptos and stocks and currencies and futures and so on. But if there's anything you'd like to add, you can send us a message. We'll add it. But we also have a the ability for you to add your own symbol. Okay, so if it's not here in the scanner universe, then you can add your own symbol. You can click on add symbol and then you can search for it and click on add. Okay. Right. Alfred is asking the NASDAQ, the US 100. Okay. So the best would be to go to indexes and look for the NASDAQ. NASDAQ 100 index. Okay. That's it. We also have NASDAQ futures, E-mini NASDAQ futures as well. Same thing. May as well click on that in Q. Right. What's going on here? It's telling me to wait for a bullish setup. Just wait for this daily candlestick to close. But it's looking good actually. It did make a low here today, but it's come back quite a bit. And if this candlestick closes the way that it is now, then that's going to be a bullish Shooting star. Look at that. That's lovely. Wow. Okay. I really like what I'm seeing here. My objective would be to buy it. But there isn't a signal now. Just keep on monitoring the charts here. Maybe there's something that stands out. Let's have a look at the 1 hour Fibonacci. Oh, there's no 1 hour Fibonacci. Why? Oh, there's a death cross on the moving averages. Okay. Any conventional patterns? No. Any harmonic patterns? Oh, there was a shark pattern here. So this is the X, A, B, C, and then that was the D. And now the market is drifting lower towards the shark A, which is 28,781. Now, I don't know if it will go and hit that, because a sell signal in a bullish macro regime or a bullish context normally fails. Okay, so by no means would I want to go and sell this, because that can fail. I don't see any bullish patterns here. Let me see. Maybe there's something on the daily chart. Nothing. Let's have a look at the trend lines. Okay, so there's a bullish secondary trend. There's a bullish minor trend. Let's see what this looks like on the 1 hour chart. Okay, there we go. Nice. Looks like it might be bouncing against support. You see, but supporting it here now is the channel line. The channel line here has acted as resistance on numerous occasions. And it looks like it is correct, because the intermediate line also acted as a dynamic pivot where the market reacted in the past. So if it bounces where it is now, I won't be surprised if it bounces where it is now and move towards at least the next resistance, which is going to be this minor trend intermediate line. That could be anything from 31,000 to 32,000. That's not too bad. Okay, so there might be a signal here coming up in a short while. Wow. Any patterns I can see just by looking at the chart? Oh, I don't know. No, I don't see anything there. Give it a day. Wait for the daily candlestick to close. But it's looking good. Okay, that's a pleasure. Right. What else? What was the other currency pair that was tradable in the scanner? Let's go and have a look. Oh, it was the pound yen. Pound Japanese yen. Okay, that's great. I like that, because you know why I like it? Because if you look at the swap long versus short column, I'd be earning an overnight interest if I go long on the pound yen. So I don't mind going long on the pound yen and actually getting stuck, because if I get stuck, it's fine. I'll just sit back while the market consolidates, and every night the broker will pay me overnight interest because of the difference in interest rates between the two countries. But let's go and open that up. Right, primary trend is bullish, secondary trend is bullish, minor trend is bullish. This is what it looks like on the 1 hour chart. Lovely. Like what I'm seeing here. That is looking great. Any patterns? Okay, let's turn off the trend lines. Harmonic patterns. Do we have any harmonic patterns? Okay, there was a There was a Gartley, it was two Gartley patterns here, but because the market is above the 45 period exponential moving average, they both failed. This is a nice example of not placing a sell in a bullish probability when you get a sell signal, because sell signals in a bull trend are normally false, and this is such a nice example of that. What do we have on the one? Oh, that's just also a bearish one that's failed. It's already taken out the X here, so that's failed. Any other patterns? Nothing. Oh, maybe something that we can also do here is we can use the AI forecast. The AI forecast will look at the previous data and look for the exact recent candles, find that pattern in the past, see what happened after that, and plot this into the future. So it's showing, the AI forecast is showing that it's going up to 222. That is like 800 pips of upside potential. It's also plotted on the 1 hour chart. There we go, AI forecast. And there's a bullish setup confirmed. So let's see what the 1 hour stop loss and target is. Yeah, it's moved quite a bit already, so the risk reward isn't the best. But I don't know if this is going to retrace. Not now. It's likely just going to trend up, you know, so I'd take that chance. Maybe just make my stop loss smaller so that at least there's a good risk reward. Let's look at the fibs here. That's the A, that's the B. There's a retracement to the 236. That's why the D extension is at 2.618, the target at 220. So now you've got the AI forecasted candlesticks giving us a target at 2.618, which is around about 220. And we've got, the AI forecasted candlesticks gives me a target at 222, which is in the same area as the D extension. There we go. Look at that. Wow. So there's a lot of tools here at your disposal to analyze the markets and to see which symbols are tradable, what direction you should be trading it, where you should put the stop loss and the target. And everybody has, when you sign up, everybody has got a paper trading account. You can go and click on paper trade, and you can go and construct a portfolio for you. You can see here that the best performing assets I have in my portfolio at the moment is the Aussie yen and the Euro yen because of the weakening in the yen. You can go and click on the portfolio panel if you want to add an asset to your paper trading account. It all works through the portfolio. You can use the auto generate portfolio function to generate a portfolio for you if you don't even want to analyze the markets or look at the scanner or do anything yourself. You can just, this can all be automated. But I don't have the pound yen here. I don't see it. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to go to the scanner. I'm going to click on Forex. I'm going to go to the pound yen. There it is. And I'm going to add it to the portfolio. Click plus portfolio. Now it's added to the portfolio. There it is, pound yen. And I can decide what strategy I want to trade. I can try the swing trading, the buy and hold, or I can speculate myself by manually buying and selling it. The moment I turn on auto trading, then it's going to start trading it on my paper trading account. But I'd keep it with the position trading strategy because it gives 10.8% a year. see the swing trading strategy. No, that's not adjusted. Okay, well, I'll just keep it to the position trading strategy. Okay. The position trading strategy is exactly the same as the signal that we have on the pound yen. Yeah, it will place a trade and go for that target. However, the moment that you've made 50% of your projected profits, then it will bank that and keep the rest of the trade open towards the target. That's the difference between the swing trading strategy and the position trading strategy. All right, you can go and read up on the strategies over here. We explain it all: buy and hold, position, swing, and speculative. But that's it, that's it for today, because it's already so much information that I've shared with you guys here today. I don't want to bombard you with too much information, but I hope that today's session was enlightening, and I hope that it gave you the aha moment that you needed to navigate the software and to see what to trade and to use this tool to your advantage. Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody. You'll get an email notifying you when the recording is ready. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next webinar. If you have any questions, just send me a message. This is your friend from Portugal, Tian Kriek. Have a fantastic Wednesday.